Whammy pedals are great, and in this video I want to show you a string bending technique that lets you get those super big whammy type string bends without having to fork out for an actual whammy pedal. So with standard string bending technique, this is about as far as I can bend a string. That's about the limit that traditional string bending technique will let me bend the string in that area of the neck. I'm starting to get an issue where the other strings are getting in the way and it's just not very comfortable. So to make it a bit more comfortable and to even bend a little bit higher, I'm going to use the second, third and fourth fingers in the picking hand to just grab the underneath of the string to bend a little bit higher. Any further and I think I'd fall off the fretboard, but that technique makes any of the other larger string bends like major thirds and perfect fourths that little bit more manageable just by using the picking hand to grab the underneath of the string and push it up that extra little bit. But it's an interesting technique, I quite like it. It gets you that little bit closer to the sound of an actual whammy pedal. Now for some big 1 octave string bends that really do start to sound pretty similar to the types of bends you get from a whammy pedal. But before I show you those, if you're finding this type of stuff interesting, think about liking the video and maybe subscribing to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Here are those big 1 octave string bends. So to get the bends to go that high, you might have already realised what I've done. I've drop tuned the thin E string down a whole octave. And that creates enough slack in the string and actually creates a really nice byproduct, which I'll show you in a minute. But if you're after the sound of a whammy pedal in with your regular everyday lead playing, then you need to get pretty good at shifting over from the other strings onto the string that you've drop tuned. The other cool byproduct is that it's actually a really fun tuning. The amount of slack in the high E string now means you can get all these quite cool sitar type effects, and it's close enough to standard tuning that you don't have to rethink all your chords or anything. You just might choose to use them in a slightly different way, that's all. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this technique anyway. Is it kind of impractical and a bit useless, or do you think it's kind of fun and sounds pretty cool? I'd be interested to know what you think. Like and subscribe if you do find any of this stuff interesting, and thanks for watching.